What's up, everybody? This is Alex Fisch back again with another Fisch's Friday rant. And this time, I just want to start it off with, some may think it's a hot take. I don't think it is. But what I want to say is that the women's March Madness was more exciting and more entertaining than the men's March Madness. Yes, I said it. I believe that watching the women's March Madness was just flat out more exciting, especially watching Morgan William and Mississippi State take out UConn with the legendary winning streak that they had, the historic run that they had, and even in the championship game with South Carolina taking on Mississippi State. It really did suck to see Mississippi State take that loss, especially after the huge win over UConn, but it was still just flat out more exciting. I enjoyed the Final Four more, even though UConn did blow out a lot of people. But I still enjoyed that a whole lot more than the men's side. Sure, the men's side did have its times of close games and buzzer-beating shots and game winners as well. Championship game, it was pretty lackluster. The championship game wasn't really I didn't find it that exciting. I didn't find it on the edge of my seat. I didn't really find it as really engaging because one, the first half was so fast that by the time it was over, I felt like only 5 minutes went by. And so when the first half goes by that quickly, you know there's going to be some kind of delay in the second half because they want to get their ratings, they want whatever the NCAA wants. So now, it comes to the second half, you're like, alright, there's probably going to be more foul calls. Well, there was a ton of foul calls, and it was hard to watch because there were so many of them that the game just couldn't have a natural flow to it. Then on top of that, a lot of the best players on both teams are getting into foul trouble. A couple guys foul out for Gonzaga. And then, from there on, it's like, well, looks like UNC is going to take it. And they did, and they won, and I kind of left that game thinking, I don't know, not really that excited about it. So therefore, the women's March Madness, much more exciting than the men's March Madness. Lonzo Ball, back in the news again, talking about how he would rather be a Laker than a number one pick. I can kind of see where this is going. I kind of don't a lot of people would like to be remembered as a number one pick. However, when you flip that around, a lot of guys get a ton of credit for being picked where they are and being as good as they turn out to be. Think of Isaiah Thomas. Would we really be that surprised and that captivated if he was taken in the lottery as compared to taken with the last pick overall? I mean, yes, we would be very surprised just because of his height, just because of his stature in the game compared to the rest of the guys he's playing against. But on top of that, the fact that he was the last pick of the draft, that adds a whole lot to his story. It adds a whole lot to his career. The fact that Isaiah Thomas can be where he's at right now, being picked so late in the draft. Now, with Lonzo, I mean, very well it could be the fact that the Lakers get the number one pick and then he becomes the number one and on the Lakers. We understand that can be that's a scenario. But the fact that he just comes out and says, hey, I want to be on the Lakers. Okay, I kind of respect your honesty, but it's just they've already gotten to the point where it feels like they're going to be extra baggage. And the fact that before you even get to the NBA, if you already feel and sound like extra baggage, that's not a good look. I understand, this is about basketball. We want to see the guy play. If he can play, all right, it holds up. But the fact that you have to have all this stuff going on outside of the court. And I'm not saying, it's all controlled by him either, because, yes, his dad is doing a lot of the talking. But the fact that, he's compounding on top of that and going double down on that, it's just getting to the fact that, okay, look, can we just get to the draft? Because I just want, the just stop the talking and let's get to some basketball here. Like, let's just get to the point where we can see if he actually is better than Markelle Fultz or not. Because now they want to talk about that Markelle Fultz is better, Lonzo Ball's better. Like Lonzo said himself, he thinks he's better than Fultz. Fultz thinks he's good, like should be the number 1 pick. Which, I mean, these guys should have confidence. That's something you need to have if you want to be successful in professional basketball. But that's the thing. Let's just get to that point. Like, we don't need all this talk of, we're going to get $1 billion shoe deal. Oh, I want to be a Laker, not a number 1 pick. Let's just get to the basketball side of things. Last but not least, let's talk about Lance Stephenson and this whole unwritten rule thing. Now, he laid it up at the end of the game. They were winning. He laid it up, and the Wizards got mad about it. Maybe if you guys, step up your game and make the game closer, or maybe even win the game yourself, then you don't have to worry about that kind of thing. I understand there's this like unwritten rule, you don't run up the score, but no, like if we're on the court, my mission is to win. And I'm not going to ease up on you just because I'm up by 10 points. No, if there's still time on the clock, I'm going to keep playing until there's no more time left on the clock. That's just what it is. Like, that's a competitive nature. Especially with the fact that how they came back at Lance Stephenson for this, that just shows that you guys, you're chumps. Like, that just shows that you guys are just, like, you're whining, you're complaining about it. Why are you going to whine and complain when you're the ones who put yourself in this situation? You're the ones who couldn't go out and beat them, so that's where you put yourself. Anyway, guys, that's it for me. Thank you guys for watching another episode of Fisch's Friday Rant. I'll catch you guys next week with another one. And we have some big news coming with our website as far as all of our podcasts go. Make sure you look out for that as well. That'll be coming up very soon, so make sure you guys look out for that one. Always, always, always hit that subscribe button if you're new here to our YouTube channel. And check out our website, basketballsocietyonline.com. I'll catch you guys next week. Peace.